Well, alright guys, we made it through and we got ourselves a colored pencil jar. I'm super excited about this project. Now, you probably saw the first one, which was actually all the footage of turning and everything. That was the first one. This is the second one that actually made it. The first one flew off the lathe when I was parting it off, and that was, let's just say, an unhappy day in the shop, and I wasn't too excited about it. But managed to get through it on the second one. I was extremely careful when I was parting it off. It took forever, and I just wanted to make sure it didn't hit the ground. So pretty cool project, pretty fun to make, pretty easy to turn. I mean, you know, really all you got to do is just kind of true up the outside and then hollow out the middle and then sand it. Pretty simple project. Now, what I was doing was I was going for kind of a match to the bowl. Same idea where the pencils are arranged around the edge and you're not cutting into it. Most of the projects, the colored pencil projects that I've seen, involve, you know, just jam-packing the mold full of colored pencils. And then you come in and you actually want to turn into them. You want to turn away the outsides of the pencils, expose those leads, and you get a really cool effect. The problem is that's what most of the projects are. So I wanted to try something a little different with the bowl, and it was pretty easy to set up this casting. Basically, because the pencils are straight and the bowl mold is curved, you get resin around the edge. So all you got to do is put a piece of tape around the rim and the pencils will stay in place. So if you haven't seen this video, check it out. I show you how I do the bowl as well in there. Pretty easy to set up. Now this one is a little bit more tricky. You know, you can't just kind of tape pencils around the edge of the cup mold. You have to actually physically suspend them in place. And it's not really that difficult. It's pretty easy to do. I kind of made, let's call it a jig type thing, and it holds the pencils in place. Now, I know everybody's going to get mad at me, but next week's video is going to be how to make this thing. So keep your eyes out for that. I know a lot of people were asking, you know, how did you do that? And it's pretty simple, not that difficult, but I wanted to kind of give it its own video just to make sure that everybody kind of... So I didn't just skim over it and show a couple pictures. I'm going to show you the entire process of me making the little jig thing and how it works. So overall, like I said, very happy with this project. A couple of notes that you may or may not have noticed. I wanted to go for, on the bowl, I just kind of threw in some random colored pencils. This one, I wanted to actually put the colors of the spectrum like in order around the rim. And so that's kind of a cool effect. You got a kind of a rainbow effect around the thing. And the other thing was I wanted to give it like a frosted look. I've never really done that with any of my resin projects. They're usually polished up to a high gloss. In the case of the bowl, you know, it's totally clear. You can see through it. I wanted to get a frosted look. I thought that would look kind of cool, and it turns out it's extremely simple to do that. Basically, just stop sanding at around 1,000 to 2,000 grit, and you get a frosted look with clear resin. Pretty much looks exactly like frosted glass. Now, you know, if you hit it with the raking light and you're like really looking at it, yes, you can see 2,000 grit scratches, but basically, as long as you're not doing all that, if you're just looking at it 6 inches away, it's a dead-on match for frosted glass, that frosty look. So, pretty easy thing. Hopefully that'll be a good tip that you guys can throw in your toolbox. If you ever wanted to get a kind of a, you know, frosted look to any of your castings or projects, easy way to do it is just don't sand and polish it too high. If this is your first time on my channel, we do all kinds of resin casting projects, tips and tricks, and experiments around here. So usually turning blank focus, but if you're interested in that, definitely hit that subscribe button so you get notified when new videos get posted. And if you're thinking about getting into resin casting, want to make some projects like this, but you're really not sure where to begin, check out my new ebook, The Beginner's Guide to Resin Casting. It answers those kind of initial questions. You know, what do I need to get started? How does it all work? And there's also lots of examples of things you can do with resin casting. So go check that out. It's available on my website if you're interested. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.